Yeah. Okay. All right.
Direct
So we should be good to go now. I'm gonna get an Instagram story up as well. All right.
No.
Should be good to go. All right. Bang. Okay. All right. We are live.
Dude, Dylan didn't listen to any of the stories I talked about him about.
Oh, those were beautiful.
Isn't that disappointing?
Yeah, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You got to introduce yourself. This is your content debut, essentially. At least
that was heartfelt to the Instagram community, and Dylan didn't hear any of it.
To be fair, I was moving. Like I was moving things.
That was heartfult, and we had a bunch of replies, and he didn't hear it.
Which, to be fair, like I said, I was moving things.
All right,
just getting this Instagram story up. Dude, YouTube is amazing, man. Oh, we got 2 viewers in here. Oh, I can't see who it is, but shout out to you guys. I can't see
every
All right, let me
every video you take. One of my friends is like, bro, he's got to edit those videos.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm just more focused on getting stuff up. Like, I'll worry about quality control later. I'd rather tell good stories and get better at speaking first before I worry about editing and stuff. Like, dude, I sat here for 2 years and didn't post because I was worried about, you know what I mean? Because I was worried about it. I gotta
get back on the wagon. I was planning on doing a reel today, but I didn't. So
you're probably worried about editing.
It's always tomorrow. What'd you say, Kate?
All right, we got 4 viewers in here right now. Yeah, this is exciting. First career YouTube live stream. We got two.
Oh, I can't see the questions of the comments. That's kind of annoying.
You can't see I can see the comments now. We got Fields of Profit in here. That's hype. And just for anyone watching the replay, if I look over here a lot, it's because I'm on Instagram.
Well, we got the comments.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool. You got John in here, man.
John, what's up, my man?
All right, cool. So they told me not to ask the background question. You want to tell us a little bit about what you're up to right now, then your current business and all that?
Current business or current
big activity? Amazon operation
for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, full disclosure, we both work a whole lot. So this weekend,
pretty much 24/7 lately because he opened up a prep center recently.
Yeah, I've spent quite a few nights sleeping on the floor in the warehouse, but
just bought an air mattress.
Yeah, we work a bunch of. So
you have
this
a good
weekend
air
we're
mattress.
trying to do.
Yeah, you need that, dude. You might as well just put a bed in there.
But yeah, we do an annual family camping trip every year for 4th of July. So we're definitely looking forward to that. So that's where we're headed tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Business-wise, everything is good. Business as usual. Obviously, we've talked about a lot, and our initiative for wholesale. We're pushing that hard. Dylan's pushing that hard. He's kind of owning that initiative.
Counting the funds.
Yeah, and Dylan's been killing it on Instagram or for wholesale.
Cold calling, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's been killing it. Revenue wise, we're expecting anywhere between 80 and 100,000 next month.
This month, essentially, because we're on the first.
Yeah, we just started.
Yeah.
But yeah, business as usual. We're gonna hit the ground running as soon as Monday hits. But other than that,
so you'll be home Monday. You'll be back at the warehouse. Are you going straight to the warehouse?
Monday night. What's that?
You going straight to the warehouse on Monday?
I got to come back to Connecticut to get my car, and then.
Oh yeah.
And then probably.
What I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. Cool. How many charges did it take to get there? Only one.
From my house to here, Dylan's house, Dylan and Kate's house, one halfway.
All right, that's pretty good. We got the Flipping and Counting in the building. Another future stream here with us, hopefully, as well.
The king of the clearance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I gotta get my game up with that. But yeah, so mostly doing OA up until this point helped me a lot with the OA game, and now then switching into more of a wholesale route. What percentage right now would you say your inventory is wholesale for the time being?
It's hard to say. So we're waiting on a lot of stuff.
Like that's what sucks about another. So I have very mixed feelings on wholesale, but yeah, lead times and stuff, is that screwing you guys over a little bit right now?
Yes, I actually talked about that in one of my Instagram stories yesterday. One of our Instagram stories yesterday is we're so used to purchasing, placing orders and having it come in same week, right?
Yeah.
And so that was
That's amazing.
starting out with wholesale. Exactly. Starting with wholesale a month or two ago. That was the one, or that what is the one big adjustment we've had to make is adjusting to that lag time, right? So like we're used to getting our money back in 30 to 45, maybe.
That's why I'm happy to keep merchant fulfilling stuff because you don't have to wait for it to check in. Like even if I end up paying more after ship.
I've been waiting some long time.
Yeah, bro. That's why I'm perfectly happy to keep merchant fulfilling like a decent amount of inventory just to keep turning the money and not having to worry about it. Cause so you pay more than shipping, but you're turning stuff quicker, so you're getting your money back, and you can go buy more of that same item if it's.
Yeah, to be quite honest, so a lot of the stuff we do, and I'm very familiar.
Wholesale, you have to FBA stuff, yeah.
No. So a lot of the merchant fulfill stuff we do is first class. So I've done the math, and the difference is less than $1, right? So.
Oh yeah, okay, cool, all right.
With that difference being less than $1,
it's a no-brainer to merchant fulfill stuff. At least not at massive scale, but for the scale we're on right now, it's a no-brainer.
Like when we're talking about 5, 6, 7 days difference in that turn of money over the scope of the year, you divide 30.
Yeah, stuff's been taking a lot longer than that recently, from what I've heard from other people as well.
You divide 365 divided by, we'll say, I don't know, 5, 7 days difference in time. That's a lot of differential in the turning of money.
IND4, you need to go faster.
What is that? The Maryland one?
No, I think that's Indianapolis.
Yeah.
But that's where I've been.
Where some of my stuff went recently.
Yeah. IND4 needs some help. If anybody knows who works there, get them.
A lot of stuff.
So can you guys see the comments?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, John said you're gonna bring that on the camping trip. Will you bring the pen on the camping trip? That's what the people want to know.
The pen's with me all the time. I sleep with the pen
all the time.
Come on, you guys know better than that. I sleep with the pen.
It's interesting breakdown.
Although I don't know if you've noticed, Miles, it's a different pen.
I did notice that. Yeah. So did you do the final numbers for June? I'm just curious, were your margins about the same? Because I know you're starting to mix in some different products.
We haven't done the whole numbers cumulatively, but there's no difference, right? We've been selling the same stuff. It's going to be somewhere around 18.5, 19.5 in terms of gross margin.
Yeah, mine was. I think mine was 8. I got to take out a little bit for some boxes, but that's like a semi-fixed cost because I only bought them once and I won't need it for a while. But yeah, I think it's going to be like 18. And then the nice thing is there's like an extra, well, if we count it quarterly, like there's an extra, like, I think it would be 5% of my total profit added in Rakuten nicely, which obviously you don't have to account for. And then credit card points as well, obviously. Like I think I spent like 28 grand on inventory, so that'd be an extra like at 2%. I think that, I don't know, that'd be like an extra 500.
You got like what, 1,100, 1,200 in Rakuten?
For Q2, mine's 2,300 or was 2,300.
No, I'm talking about last quarter. The tangible
last quarter was like, I think 1,800 or so. I really tried to get 2,000 and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Oh, neat. Okay. Yeah, I can show the comments now too. All right, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that right on the screen here. That's good stuff.
The flipping account. You gotta come on Instagram Live with us one time.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to tell him. And my boy Kevin too. Kevin's always editing stuff.
We gotta. Oh, Kevin. Yeah, I've lost hope with Kevin. If he's in here right now, Kevin, I have.
Wait, actually, if anyone wants to join the stream, I'll send you guys the link. If anyone just comments and you can like DM me your email, I can.
Request on your credit card every 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, well, the nice thing is we use Amex's, so there's no fixed limit, so they pretty much raise your limit every month. At least like gold and platinum. Do they actually raise? I'm pretty sure they raise be on the platinum.
Wow, big news. We haven't told you. We are official Amex
Finally,
cardholder.
finally. Good work.
But we're there today.
You got Plat Biz?
Yeah. And greens. We got greens too.
Why?
They're free.
I mean,
It's just that like
the additional platinums are $300 per card.
Oh, that's tax.
Per month.
That's totally tax.
Per year.
Yeah. All right, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that'd be tax. What's the best? Okay, this is a good question. Best Amex to start out with.
Kevin, Instagram Live. I'm disappointed in you, Kevin.
Oh yeah, so best Amex to start out with is the Blue Business Plus because there's no annual fee, and assuming if you're starting out, you're probably not looking to spend a ridiculous amount of money. So the Blue Business Plus gives you 2 points per dollar up to $50K in spend. And the way I think about it, if you're looking for a first one in entry level, that $50K spend is probably going to be a good amount for you to get to, over the next year, over the next 3 months or whatever. And then maybe if you need more at that time, then you can go with a business gold or a business platinum. But the nice thing is the Blue Business Plus has that nice benefit up to $50K and there's no annual fee.
Kevin's been at the game for a bit now, so he might be above that.
Yeah, so otherwise business gold, but I'm a very big Blue Business Plus guy.
Kevin, DM us. I wanna hear a business update from you.
Well, you got to watch his YouTube videos, man. He cranks out the videos just like I do. I was watching his one earlier. He posted one a few hours.
I watch Instagram Live. I don't watch his
he puts those copper drops on his stories.
I stay voting in
I'm a huge fan.
Oh, yeah, Maz, always on the Instagram Live whenever you guys want. Yeah, let's put something on the calendar for sure.
Yeah, dude. And like I said, if anyone wants to come on the stream here too, I think we can do up to 3 people.
Are you confident in that ability? I'm not confident in you.
Just another invite. Just another invite here. Just like I invited you guys.
Oh, I didn't know. I've never seen a 3-person live.
Well, on YouTube. Well, you've also never seen StreamYard either. So this is your StreamYard debut. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right. Okay, so we both started out selling used books. A lot of people like seeing that type of stuff on the channel. I'm actually gonna make a lot more. Kevin is a cop, yeah.
Kevin is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there were any copper drop ones on his story today, but
I think I have up to 9 on free plan.
So now, you guys got all that extra purchasing power with the Amex Platinum now. That's going to come in a lot of handy.
Yeah,
the beautiful thing about Amex, I don't know if it's the same with a lot of cards, like a lot of other companies. I think it is, but essentially, the money I'm spending right now on my Hilton business card isn't due till the end of August. It's kind of crazy. It's 45 days, 50, 60 days.
It's like a loan. It's not a credit limit. That's a loan.
Yeah, essentially, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Okay, this is a good question. 241 Soul says, does a buy box cycle through sellers? Yeah, it's so the algorithm changes once a year, twice a year.
Good. So the buy box is a little more complicated than just a coverall.
Yeah.
Coverall description. We have a soldier down. So ideally it does rotate, right? Ideally it rotates evenly amongst all the sellers that are eligible. By eligible, I mean 2% within the current buy box, right? So say the buy box is currently at $25. Anyone eligible for the next rotation in the buy box would be 2% above and below that $25 mark.
Plus the other factors.
There's caveats in that though, right?
Yeah,
so
some big wholesale sellers on Twitter were complaining about how they're just they're competing with guys with tens of thousands of reviews and they're just screwed on getting buy box on some wholesale.
Yeah. So
we're seeing that on some of our products where we're not actually as competitive as data says that we would be. It looks like you would divide the buy box percentage by 10 or so sellers, but it's not coming out as evenly as we would.
Yeah, I've noticed. It's interesting. I have one listing that's really high up. I think it's either in toys or pet supplies. Actually, shout out AOA Prep. It's an item from AOA Prep. I'll get buy box twice a day, and I'll sell 4 in like 10 minutes, and then I won't see anything till.
Oh, by the way, you need to send in more to AOA Prep because I know you're out of stock and you need to restock.
I probably am close to out of stock on this. I have to check.
I'm telling you are.
Yeah, this stream is sponsored by AOA Prep. Are we safe to say that it is sponsored by?
I think we're safe. But anyway, so getting in a little more detail about the buy boxes, right? Amazon's built on algorithms, right? And so they haven't exactly released what that algorithm is based on, but as business owners of Amazon, we kind of assume that it's based on several factors, right? So one being reviews, right? The strength of your account, the size of your account, how long you've been in existence, and what the people are saying about your account. Secondly would be your price. Obviously, we already mentioned that, being within that 2%. And then just like your overall account health, and then whether you FBA or merchant fulfilled. We have very much reason to believe that they favor FBA over merchant fulfilled because they make more money off FBA, right?
Yeah, and the customer's more likely to buy if it says Prime too. So from the psychology point of the customer, it makes sense for Amazon to incentivize that too, because it'll make them buy more stuff.
But also location based, right? So if they can't get them to you in 2 days, then you're not going to be that prime seller. And there will be a closer prime seller.
That's something that a lot of people actually don't know about Amazon is, right? So if I'm signing on to Amazon from Pennsylvania or Connecticut or whatever the case may be, I'm looking for a Gatorade, for example. I see a red Gatorade for $2 from Miles Longstreth, right? If someone else is signing in from California looking for a red Gatorade, they may not see the buy box owned by Miles Longstreth, right? They may see it from someone else because, like Dylan said, it's all based on geographical, right? Amazon's based on algorithms. And so they have science to determine
where they can get packaged to within 2 days, right? That's the prime shipping promise right now. If they're not getting it in 2 days, they're not giving you that prime badge. You're not getting the buy box as easily as somebody who is way closer to you.
Yeah, and that's obviously the downside of me merchant fulfilling stuff to keep them or anyone merchant fulfilling stuff is just you can't get buy boxes soon. But I mean, some of that stuff we're shipping first classes sells so quick, even that it's merchant fulfilled, that it's like it helps. And a lot of that does end up being location based. I've noticed from where the packages are going.
And it has a lot to do with the whole what do they call it? FC transfer, right?
Yeah,
the FC transfer is supporting Amazon's algorithm to kind of geographically determine the buy box.
Yes, these guys are the brain. They teach me all the technical Amazon stuff, and I kind of handle the front. I bring people into the ecosystem.
That's true.
I mean, we'd be still less than 1,000 without Miles.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right, difference between revenue and profit. Very important question. Gary, you want to dive into that one? Difference between revenue and profit, kind of nice like breakdown of that. And there's even a difference between like profit margin and ROI too, definitely.
Yeah, so if I'm assuming you sell on Amazon, right? So if you go into your seller's app, you see your numbers. You see the number on the top left corner. That's going to be your revenue. That's going to be your overall sales number. What that doesn't account for several factors. One, the FBA fees, right? So obviously Amazon takes a portion of that. They take about 30% of your overall sales, right? So that goes to Amazon. So building off of that revenue, the sales number is your profit, right? And so your profit's your bottom line. That's after Amazon fees, that's after shipping, that's after your buy cost, that's your bottom number. For a healthy Amazon business, your profit, your gross profit is going to be anywhere between 18 to like 21, 25% for a healthy, replenishable Amazon business.
That's the nice thing is, like some people's margins are like higher than that because they're selling a lot of fast selling stuff, but some of that like really seasonal stuff doesn't come up too often. And I'm happy to spend less time on sourcing to maybe not make as much in terms of like set numbers, or at least proportionally, right? But if you can buy and sell the same things over and over again, that's another one of the reasons to do wholesale. You don't have to spend as much time sourcing, and that like obviously isn't like a set like number cost of like what you pay yourself per hour or whatever like that. But in peace of mind, it definitely helps to like obviously not be working as much in terms of
yeah, and obviously volume can replace ROI.
Which is what you see with a lot of the bigger wholesale sellers. Yeah, that we talk to.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, so a million in sales with a 10% gross margin that does a lot of volume but low profit margins.
And anyone who does those numbers should have a personal brand too, which will definitely supplement if they do it right. At least the way I should see it, it should help.
Anyone that's doing flips for miles should be doing a lot more in sales. But
okay, the seller rank. Damn, the seller rank is 120, and there's around 250 different sellers. That's definitely a seasonal item, I'd assume. Then I mean, the rank's so low; it's pretty much.
Where are you getting these questions from?
On the gram. On the gram.
Oh, yeah. We're on live, yeah.
Tony, what's up?
So I mean, the thing you have to be careful with sales. You there?
I'm there.
Sounds like.
So the thing you have to be, and I don't know if you're listening, but the thing you have to be careful with sales rank is it's all relative, right? So a 20,000 ranked clothing item is a lot different than a 20,000 ranked toy. Right?
Yeah, there's 161 million in the clothing and shoes and jewelry.
Right, because so you have to remember, sales rank is a proportion of the total amount in that category, right? So if toys has, like Dylan said, 160 million, but if automotive only has 10,000, then that 2,000 sales rank is going to mean a whole lot less. It's going to be a whole lot different, I should say.
Yeah, 2,000 in clothing is
exactly
as good as it gets. But
so sales rank is not your best metric for velocity. You're going to want to look at the Keepa. You're going to want to look at the graph. That gives a true definition, a true metric of that velocity.
All right, that was a very good breakdown. Yeah, definitely when I was getting started, and even fairly recently, I was super worried about sales rank when it just makes way more sense, especially when you're dealing with shoes and there's tons of variations.
Yeah, some shoes have variations and some do not have variations, and some shoes have broken up listings, and then some shoes do not have broken up listings.
Honestly, kind of surprised how broken up some listings are, but.
Yeah, it's somebody is messing with the system.
I mean, it's simply some listings are just broken.
Yeah, I can think of a few off the top of my head. And so our shoes.
I almost said a couple right there. I had to remember.
Our shoes and apparel, is that the biggest category then? I mean, 161 million. Like I don't think
it's the biggest category, but it's high.
High. Actually, no type of stuff. I'm pretty sure books it's only like 50 million.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'm no idea. I can't think though. I don't know. Only focus on like the top 5 to 10% of every category, and then you don't have to worry about it. Oh man, we got the Budget Dog and the Wealth Dad hopping in back to back. It's crazy. Two future lads
over the finance industry.
Shout out to those guys, man. Yeah. I'm on the grind for these pools since nobody has them in my area. Hopefully I can get some sales soon. Okay, yeah. So if you're selling pools, you're probably going to get sales. Those are moving like crazy, especially if you're in – you can also sell them locally too, depending on where you're located.
If you trust them on Facebook Marketplace, they'll be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with local sales is especially specifically focused around the summer season. All you need is one really hot summer day for someone to go on Facebook and be like, dude, I'm really hot right now. I need a pool to go in.
Yeah. And the nice thing about local sales, you probably don't have to deal with returns and all that. So that's cool. But yeah, I mean, 250 stars, that must be like one of the higher ranking pools without a doubt. Okay, how long? All right, here we go. How long would you recommend sourcing OA and RA? Okay, so there's a big difference between time expended sourcing for OA and RA and sanity and a lot of stuff. All three of us really do a lot more OA than RA. RA, it's really hard to scale because you can only go to so many stores, right? You have to keep going to different stores and everything. But OA,
unless you start people.
Sorry?
I said unless you start employing people.
Exactly, and that's itself is way
hard too. The difference between RA and OA is that when you're scaling RA, you're scaling people's time.
Yeah.
But when you're scaling OA, you're scaling funds, right?
Essentially,
so when you're
getting banned on sites and stuff. But yeah, essentially.
Yeah, and I kind of wholesale and OA kind of together because you're still
I would
purchasing
too. They're more alike than people think. And like. Yeah. And it's just like right now I'm kind of in a place where I've said this privately. Like I'm just once I get banned on a few sites, I'll start doing like then that'll be a sign that it's time to start.
And I told you this privately offline. You're just way too comfortable.
It is what it is. I'm enjoying it. What else we got? All right. Oh, okay. Something I'm curious. So say 6 months down the line, what's your guys' OA versus wholesale or arbitrage versus wholesale percentages? Do you think
80-20? I mean, the thing with in favor of wholesale, obviously.
All right.
And Dylan is largely to thank for that initiative. But the thing with OA is that there's just so much low hanging fruit, right? There's just so much easy money to be made on OA that it's like you're not going to walk by $1 on the ground and not pick it up, right? Yeah. It's simply the same thing. And when you gain that experience
quick moving stuff and replenishable, it's like that's the beauty of it. We've said that before. Yeah. Like with anything, especially in this kind of stuff, like you don't just have to do wholesale. You don't just have to do R. You don't just like I talked to Kevin. Like Kevin was like, I think I'm just going to do R. I'm like, Kevin, start mixing in some OA soon if Kevin's still in here. Shout out to Kevin. But yeah, you don't have to work in absolutes with all this stuff. I say the same thing with like platforms. Like you don't want to just be on Instagram. Like I'm trying to get these guys to diversify with that kind of stuff and all that. But you don't have to work in absolute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing with OAs, until you have a certain amount of funds, you can always spend it. Everybody has access to TA, right? Everybody has access to, I mean, as long as you're paying for it, right? And everybody has access to the same tools to where you can spend your whole budget just in a day or 2 days or whatever on the internet. But once you start getting into the wholesale accounts, then you get like some more, I guess, privacy, right, around your
more barriers to entry, replenishability, and potential to like the work you put in today is still relevant 6 months down the line, 12 months down the line.
Yeah, that's obviously where it becomes like harder to spend your money, but it's more worth it, right? Like long term and even further than long term, right? Like as full sustainable relationships and beyond that.
Yeah, and some like one wholesale seller I follow, he posted like a screenshot of his spreadsheet with his best performing. There were some really nice ROIs on some of that stuff that was doing big numbers. He's doing
as long
right.
as you give that brand what they need in terms of value and everything.
And if anyone's we're not already.
Like there's so many parts of Amazon to explore, like PPC, doing different listings, bundles, all that are potentially like value points you can help people with. And we were talking about this, that like just going further than people, whether it be like, doing extra sourcing or whatever, or like following up with wholesalers and all that, like that just shows like going the extra mile, like you're, having the warehouse, like a legit, commercial address and all that, like it's good stuff.
It does help. I have to say, when I'm calling somebody and they say,
because for those of you who don't know, like Dylan's calling these brands and distributors like daily. So
he's essentially cold calling.
Yeah. I mean, they don't know much who I am, right? And
I'm curious, and you obviously don't have to answer, but how often do you just call customer service and they're the decision maker? Is it often?
Normally you can always ask for the sales rep.
I was figuring. Nice.
So you never really get hung up. You never really get hung up just with customer service. If you're dialing 0, right, for the operator or whoever is sitting at that front desk, they're always tossing you to somebody. They're never gonna sit there and be like, well, we don't take Amazon sellers. Like that. That's not gonna happen at that point. That'll be one step further where you encounter that first roadblock, and then that's up to you whether you hurdle it or whether you just stop there.
And a lot of people will just stop.
And that's the difference.
You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of people are doing this full time. Not a lot of people have the infrastructure, the capital, all that. And obviously that's fine. But it shows that, like, if you're on that extra money. What's up, G?
When a brand says they don't work with Amazon business owners, I said when a brand says they don't work with Amazon business owners, they don't really mean they don't work with Amazon business owners. They just don't like the Amazon business owners that they
have worked with to this point. That don't follow a map, that don't communicate. Like, you just call up Dylan, man, he'll get you right. Like, they'll order stuff, they'll get you right.
So we have an account where people just at will decide to negate MAP, right? With the minimum advertising price.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, a lot of times in wholesale, good brands and stuff, they'll have minimum prices you can list stuff at. That is nice that it kind of, for people who follow it, you can share the buy box and stuff like that. But it seems like a lot of times people don't end up following that. That's one of the reasons these brands don't like Amazon sellers.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
We had sent in a bunch of inventory.
Sorry.
I was just saying we had sent in a bunch of inventory on a product. It's okay. Basically, we were never getting the buy box because we weren't competitive because people kept negating that, right? And heavily. I mean, by major percentage points, really. Mm-hmm. And I had the listing and had the listing. I was like, I will not change my price. I'm not going to break their rules. I'm not going down to that level, even if they're not going to kick these people off.
Because you're thinking you're thinking long term. 2, you would be good at the MAP price because you wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't profitable. And 3, like, in the short term, someone breaking MAP potentially could be good because you can get them off the listing, or you could, communicate with the brand that these guys are doing it the wrong way and stuff like that. We're lagging a little bit.
Yeah, so basically, I held firm for as long as I could. And, ultimately, I called my rep, and I was like, what's going on? Like, are you guys not looking at this, or do you not care? And they had said, like, they're actually actively seeking out these people breaking MAP, and they're booting them as they can. So, it's just valuable to not, I guess, break rules.
Yeah. If you're gonna take the time to call these guys, set up an account, send them paperwork, you're gonna want to be buying from them for a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is from a brand's perspective is that the one thing that the brands are concerned with is their perception and their value, like the brand value. When sellers and business owners are lessening and decreasing the market price, that in turn is decreasing the value of that brand, right? It's decreasing the perception of that brand. So they want to obviously keep their brands
elite.
Yeah, and so when the market price goes down on a brand, everything else in turn follows.
All right, that's good stuff. Okay, so I think we'll wrap up here now. But if you guys have any final words, we still got the AOA prep plug right up here. For anyone who's interested in sending inventory or watching like the replay on this, these guys, Garrett specifically, and hopefully employees soon, will prep stuff for you guys. And yeah, it seemed like we were rotating between hats forward and hats backwards and all that. And
we didn't really coordinate.
I'm just gonna. So, how long would you recommend sourcing?
Yeah, he asked that earlier. 90%.
90. Most of your time, right? So,
yeah.
In terms of general business sake, most of your time should be around the QBR, right? The main function of your business, the profit producing function of your business. And within Amazon business, that would be inventory, right? Sourcing that inventory and outputting that inventory. So 99% of your time should be around that QBR, around the sourcing and outputting, right? If you're spending time focused on what should my business name be, what should all this irrelevant stuff, that's not generating you money, right? What's generating you money is sourcing and outputting inventory, and that's what you should be.
All right, dude, that's a good clip. You should screen record that and toss that up on the gram. Yeah, that's good stuff. Thank you guys. For anyone watching on the replay or live here, make sure to subscribe below and let me know any videos you guys want to see, and we'll see you in the next one. Posting every day of July, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys.
Yes, sir.